Okay, now for today, if we continue in the order of the way things are in the manual here in step 56, we are basically done 56, well, kind of anyway. Now, we got to get these little pipes on. That is the last thing that they say to do. However, I want to paint these today. And I'm just thinking that if I put the pipes on last, that means that these other pieces that are very delicate are going to already be on, and I'm risking, while I'm handling this piece, that I'm going to accidentally bend something that's really fragile. And I'm thinking that maybe what I should be doing is putting the pipes on now, because they should be fastened fairly securely to the side of the funnel. At least I think they will. I haven't actually tried one yet. But what I want to do is, I'm not going to paint the pipes black, even though they would show up a lot more. It just wouldn't look right. So I'm going to do the number 77 gray for the pipes, and then we'll do the NATO black for the top of everything else here. Oh, wait a minute. This was the 77. So I guess only the ring will be the NATO black, so that it sort of matches up with this, because that's what the inside of this is. So yeah, that's right. Now I remember. I've got a good memory, but it's kind of short. Yeah, we did these little parts here, the lighter gray, so that they would contrast against the black. All right, now I got it straight. We'll get her yet, folks. Okay, I have counted probably 6 times. There are 12 G8s. And no matter how I look at the plan or count the number of places around the side of the funnel, like let's start here with the 2. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, back to 2 again. Now the other funnel here is exactly the same way. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that means we only need 10. So why is there 12? Does that mean that, excuse me, further on in the plan there is we're going to need one exactly the same? It could well be. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to paint all 12 of these, and then this one here, the C2. Well, that's a special one. We'll paint it the number 77 as well. Okay, let's set up to try and do that. Now, being as this little keyed bottom part here is probably going to be buried in the hole. I'm trying not to use my fingers on these things as much as possible here. Okay, I'm wondering if, not like that. I'm wondering if it would be advisable to try and make up some kind of a little jig to put these in, to paint them on, so that I can, well, I'm not sure what I want to do, so we'll just have to all wait and see. Now, there is a bit of good news here, and that is that steps 56 and 57 are almost identical. And a lot of the difficult stuff in 57 we have already done. So we'll just be doing both of these steps at the same time. And when we're done this one, we're going to be done 57 as well. Okay, I'm just wondering, can we use one of Tony's special little clamps here? This is the one that we modified. And then this one here is just the way it is. And right about now I'm feeling kind of, you might say, stupid, because I was telling everybody how you could order more of these on Amazon for next to nothing, and I didn't do it. And if I had done it when I first talked about it, or at least thought about it, I'd have, how many came in a package? 20 or something? Anyway, I don't know. It could be that we can't use these, but first of all, let's try the modified one. I think the modified one is maybe just a little bit too delicate, and even though we might be able to get it to hold somehow, I'm afraid it might sort of fall off. Whereas if we take one that I haven't made a mess of, and maybe bend the clip out just a little bit, I wouldn't even need to twist it. Well, let's see what would happen. Let's see here. Do I need to put on the macro lens here or not? I think the idea is good. I'm just going to, where's my pliers or something here? Okay, maybe just pry this out. You know what? I got my wrong glasses on. Sure glad I'm not paying for film. All right. Yeah, bend it out just a little bit more. Leave it so that it's so that it is going to be kind of hook shaped. All right, let's try that. I'm trying to do this so that you can see what I'm doing here. All right, now maybe we can even go closer down to the end. Okay, now that is actually being held quite securely, and I can see whereby we could probably stick this end in a piece of blue tack and then down onto a Tamiya paint jar, you know, something like this, and then I'd be able to rotate it around, and then after the painted, I'd probably take 2 coats. I'm thinking probably 2 coats on the side here. And then later on, just paint the bottom. It didn't, let me put the macro lens on, see if we did any damage to the bottom. These things are great. I wish I had thought of them on my own. Okay, now I think that if it was like this, there's the possibility that it could maybe work its way out. So maybe having it like that is not the best, even though it gets very, very little of the end. Being as a person has to, you know, paint the end anyway, it's not going to take that much more effort to paint 2 millimeters of the end as it is just 1 millimeter of the end. So what would be the best way? Maybe let me just roll it here like that. Okay. I hope I'm keeping it in your field of view because I'm not watching the monitor. Okay, I don't think it's going to come out of there like that. And I haven't checked the footage yet to see if we did any damage to it, but I don't think we did, and if we did, I think we did so little that we don't need to worry about it. So, yeah. All right, let's do that. But I've only got 6 of these. Well, that's okay. After I shot that clip, this is what I did. And I had told myself earlier, I am not going to be buying anything more from Amazon this month. I've been looking forward to this all week. Okay, if you will remember, we concluded we couldn't really use this one here because it had been adjusted for delicate photo etch. However, I was able to find clips that would close pegs and what have you that I could sort of make do. They don't do as well as these, but they're going to do, I think, anyway. Now, this one here, I'm going to just hold this in my hand. Oh, by the way, first of all, I have a tendency, when I'm brushing something, I try to go at it with just one coat, and I just keep putting it on thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker, and I realize that I'm probably going to have to do at least 2 coats on these things to do them right. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting it on so thick I'm going to lose the detail. Like, you don't know if you can see it or not, but there's little rings there. Well, anyway, take my word for it. There's little rings on the way up to give the thing some detail. And I would have a tendency to put it on so thick that I'd end up flooding it over those and losing the detail. And then I thought, why don't I make the effort and airbrush these? I was putting them on these blocks so that I could use them, and just rotate this and then brush a little bit and rotate. That's what I was planning to do. And then I realized that that it's absolutely perfect for airbrushing. It just couldn't be better. I do it in one go. I don't think I'd need to do 2 coats, and then just do the bottom where the little clip is clamped on there, and just do that by hand. So now you can see the time over there. It's getting on, and I probably, if I kind of rushed it, I could go down and plug in my air hose, and I could get it all set up here again. But I sort of feel kind of rushed, even though I'm kind of, turn this off here, even though I am kind of enthused about doing airbrushing at the moment for some reason. I don't know, maybe I'm not feeling well or something. And did I start to tell you about this? Yeah, I've decided that this one here, I'm going to use the airbrush as well, of course, and I'm just going to hold it in my hand. Spray this side and then turn it, and that should work. And I think I should be able to lay it down afterwards, and it's not going to be, I can lay it down and it's not going to be, touching the whatever. Anyway, that's the plan right now. So, yeah. Oh, and by the way, that music that I was playing there when we were doing the pizza thing, I think that's going to become our official pizza music. Why not? We got rabbit music that I always play when we have a rabbit segment. Well, now we've got pizza music. Yeah, I had gone on on YouTube to find royalty-free music that they provide, but there was one piece that it was really sort of pizza-y, kind of Italian type lint to it and what have you, and I thought that's really nice. But then at the end of it, when I went to download it, it said that that I could use it for nothing, but I had to remember to include certain things in my description, and otherwise I was going to, risk copyright infringement and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't want to get into that. And this little piece it's called Happy Mandolin, by the way, in case somebody's wondering. And it's one of the free, royalty-free pieces that YouTube provides. I've used it off and on quite often in the past. Even when I was down in my workshop doing woodworking, I used that. Anyway, yeah, so that's going to be the official pizza music from now on. So when you hear that, you know a pizza's coming. Now I was just checking over our steps 56 and 57 here, and there is nothing we can really do until these pieces are painted. because remember we wanted to put them on before we put the parts down inside the funnel. So I'm going to have to wrap this episode up. I did a lot of talking and not a whole lot of doing. Well, and then there was the eating. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.